Hey guys, it's Booty Guy, and today is time for another Top 5 Wednesday countdown. So yeah, today's Top 5 Wednesday topic is Top 5 books you wish you read earlier. And I got some pretty good ones for you today. And as always, I will leave a link in the description of this video of the Top 5 Wednesday group on Goodreads, so you can go join that and start doing Top 5 Wednesdays. And let's just get started with the countdown. For number 5, I have Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. Eventually, I probably would have picked this up, but I wished I read this earlier. I mean, it was just really good, and the series is actually just really good in general, and it's just a really good series, and I wished that I had learned about this book earlier, because I learned about this from BookTube just like in 2014, maybe the end of 2013, 2014, sometime in there, in that region, and this was published in like 2012, so I don't know, but I probably never would have even heard of this book without BookTube, but I wish that I had read this earlier because this is a really good book series. For number 4, I have The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak. I will admit, I really didn't want to read this book at first when I first heard of this a while back. Historical fiction is just, it seems really boring to me, and this book seemed boring to me, so I just never picked it up. But after seeing all the people's good reviews on BookTube and Goodreads, and then seeing the trailer for the movie persuaded me to read this book, and after having read this book, I wished that I had read it earlier than the time that I had read it because it was so good. One of the best books that I have ever read, like ever. Number 3 is Divergent by Veronica Roth. I remember seeing this everywhere in Barnes & Nobles before. Let me rephrase that. I kept seeing this in Barnes & Noble like all the time. I read this in like November of 2013 or something, October, November, somewhere along that region of time. But I wish I read it earlier because this is one of my most favorite books in the whole entire world, like ever. And I just remember thinking, oh, that looks stupid, but boy, was I wrong. Number 2 is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. When I first saw this in bookstores, it looked interesting, but not interesting enough for me to pick it up. And I thought it was an adult book at first, or maybe even like history of real events that happened or something, and they made it into a book. This is actually a YA fiction, and I didn't know that before, and that persuaded me to pick this up, and I wished that I had ignored my instincts and just picked this up anyway because, earlier than I did. I mean, I'm glad I picked it up and read it, but I wished I had done it earlier because so good. And number 1, I have a story actually associated with this one, and that is Legend by Marie Lu. First off, the Legend series is one of my most favorite series of all time. It's so good. But anyway, a couple years ago, maybe when I first joined Goodreads, so maybe like a year or two ago, I don't know, but I saw this on Goodreads. I'm like, oh, this looks interesting, this is a popular series, what is this? And then I looked up the synopsis and saw it was all about like Civil War and stuff. I'm like, oh, that doesn't sound interesting. And then I read reviews of people on Goodreads, reviews of Legend, and a lot of people had like 3-star ratings, and they said they didn't like it, wasn't really that good. So I put it off and didn't even attempt to maybe even pick it up. I just picked this up December of 2013 and read it, in like January. Okay, like that time was just stupid because this is one of my most favorite books ever, and this whole series is too. I mean, it's just so good. I don't know why I trusted these stupid people on Goodreads. No, you can't. I've learned that you can't trust some people on Goodreads because I've seen quite a couple books that I've really liked that have a couple bad reviews, and I'm just like, what? Why? But yeah, definitely I wished I read this earlier. So that's it for this Top 5 Wednesday, and I'll see you guys next time with another video when I don't know when that will even be. So who knows? Okay, bye bye y'all.